Hey, gun people. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Uh, Look, I keep telling you guys and officers and everyone else, hey, when shit hits the fan, it happens quick. Action is always faster than reaction. That's why people don't understand why cops are pointing guns and pulling guns and being, what they want to call paranoid, and cops are scared and they're pussies. Look, you got to handle situations sometimes from the gut, although the court doesn't like to recognize the gut, or the hair on the back of your neck stands up. But in this shooting, there are a lot of clues that the officers missed and should have took more. Now, these are Las Vegas cops. It ends up in a shooting, and let's see how it goes here.
Why? Because we were trying to figure out what's going on, why you're sleeping here and stuff like that. We're getting calls on you. Okay, well, I'll just ask you to step out, man. Why? Because I'm going to do my business over here. I don't like doing it over here. You've been fiddling around everywhere. You don't know where your ID's at and stuff like that.
I know people are going to complain. Why don't you let the video play? Shut up! I'm doing a damn video trying to teach you something. You don't want to learn and get the hell out of here. You just want to see the damn video, go find it somewhere else. I'll put a link in the description. This guy says why. Remember, I talk about yes, no, and maybe people. All cops are taught about these people. When somebody starts questioning you, delaying you, asking questions, not complying, that doesn't make them a yes person. That makes them a maybe at best and probably a no person. This guy is a no person. No people belong on the ground. He's not complying. He's had chances. Now, supposedly this contact is over somebody who got their cell phone stolen, tracked it to this car. There are other reports that the car is stolen. I don't think the car is stolen, or the cops would have this guy at gunpoint, taking him out on a felony stop. So they're investigating a possible stolen phone. So the guy is probably committing a crime. He's already involved in criminal activity. They don't know who he is. They haven't ran him. He keeps stalling on his ID. When you let suspects dictate your contact and how you control a scene, you end up losing control, and that's how officers get hurt.
Don't be fiddling around. Well, I'm telling you, don't be looking around.
Okay, this guy, and I can't tell if this is a female or a male. This guy should have been, as soon as he starts reaching after they've told him stop fiddling around, he needs to have a gun screwed up in his ear or pointed at him and ordering him out of the car. You can't be messing around with people in a car. It's too easy for them to conceal a knife, a gun, a hand grenade, pepper spray, cyanide gas, whatever you want to freaking have, you can have it in a car. So a car is a perfect criminal mobile device if somebody wants to use it that way. So when you're contacting people who are being maybe or no people, you have to at some point say, enough's enough, I'm stop pussying around with you, get your damn hands up, get out of the car. If you reach for something, you're going to be waking up with lead in your body. I'm just, you need to get control of this quick, and these guys don't. See him putting his hand on this guy? He's made contact. He's obviously determined that I have to use force. That is force right there. When he puts hands on, that is use of force. And he abandons that and goes back. This officer is being very inconsistent. He's worried about PC. He's worried about a complaint. He doesn't want to go too far. He knows his video camera's on. He don't want to get an IA and get complaints. So he's pussyfooting around, and he gets his ass shot. Look, I'm not doing anything wrong. He's controlling, he's delaying, he's obstructing. He's trying to run his agenda. Remember, when suspects repeat questions and delay you, they are 9 times out of 10 forming their plan. They are figuring out, how do I get out of this? Remember, the most dangerous time for someone to use violence is when you're putting the cuffs on them, because they know it's now or never. When people are delaying and trying to stall you and repeating questions and just keep telling you how innocent they are formulating a plan to hurt you, escape, or get away. And the more you let them form that plan, the less the odds are in your favor of winning or surviving. Their action is going to beat your reaction.
We want to. Why?
Abandon the hand. Why? You see those hands cross across the body? That is not normal. His hands have gone out the door, to the door, up in the air, talking with his hands, and now they're closed across his chest. That's a very defensive stance. That's a protective stance. That's I'm putting up barriers. That is a nonverbal no. That is a nonverbal stay away. Don't mess with me. And I know some idiot's going to come here. You don't know all that just because he crossed. Shut up, you freaking idiots, and get out of here. I'm trying to educate you to keep your ass alive. Reaching for the back. His hands are moving around. What he's doing by reaching and pointing and going for the door and folding and he's desensitizing you. And I talk about this on my horse channel when we desensitize horses. He is desensitizing the officers to his hand movement. So they think there's nothing wrong with it. His hand movements are normal. He just talks with his hands. Liberals will tell you, you can't grab somebody just because they're talking with their hands, Rick. You damn bootleg, jackboot cop, sunglass wearing Nazi, whatever. I'm telling you, I've dealt with enough criminals. I know what they do. This guy is desensitizing the officers to his hands movement. So later, when he reaches for a weapon, they're going to think he's just talking with his hands. That's going to create lag time. That's going to create longer reaction time. That's going to give the suspect a better advantage and the officers a worse advantage. Look, I'm moving around. I'm reaching. I'm leaning. Hands on the outside. Officer tries to reach in and unlock the door. This guy is using both hands to prevent him from opening the door. This officer is being a good witness. A good witness is not needed when action is needed. This officer needs to get involved. He needs to open that door. He needs to be looking for weapons. He needs to have his gun out, drawn on this guy, saying, dude, stop reaching for my officer. I don't know if you're reaching for his gun, your gun, a weapon. If your freaking hands leave the back of your neck, you're getting shot. They need to get control of this guy, and they don't. Because they're pussyfooting around with the freaking liberal PC bullshit. I don't want to get a complaint. Maybe he's Hispanic. He'll play the brown card. Maybe he's black. He'll play the black card. I got to worry about all this other bullshit instead of controlling this dude because he's up to no good and he's going to end up shooting one of us. And it'll be too freaking late. Hand on the body, hand away again. How many times this officer touched this guy and reached in the car, and the guy is still sitting in the car in what I call a control position?
Why are you going to do that? Relax, dude. Why are you going to...
Both hands. That right hand keeps reaching over. Before I knew what was going to happen, I was like, I do not like the way that right hand keeps reaching toward this door. And at first I was like, maybe he's just trying to stop the door from being closed. What he's doing unintentionally is telegraphing that's where the damn gun's at. That's where he ends up pulling his gun from. And he keeps wanting to get his hand closer and closer to there. But it looks like he's trying to control the door. But when he reaches for the gun, now I know what he was doing. I couldn't figure it out before. It was bothering me. But, you know, that's what happens when you let hands move around. Hands below, hands outside, hands on. Two officers, this guy's standing here, not gun out. Man, I just don't get why officers are scared to pull their guns now. I mean, I get all these idiots coming out here saying, I've been a cop for 20 years and I've never pulled my gun. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, look, I don't care if you don't have to pull your gun and don't pull it, but on these situations, you need that extra time to have your gun out. It ain't going to hurt nothing if you don't shoot nobody to pull your damn gun out. It's out of the holster. You create quicker time. Your finger's not on the trigger. all you have to do is bring it up and shoot. I mean, why do you want to give up that millisecond of advantage that could save your life because you're so damn worried that you want to retire and say, I've done 20 years as a law enforcement officer. I've never had to pull my gun. Well, you ain't dealt with very many bad dudes, because I'm telling you, when you work in the hoods, your gun's out 5-10 times a shift. Easy. It becomes normal. It's not that big a deal. It's not a scary thing. It's part of the process. It's no different than pointing my flashlight at you. I'm just getting the advantage, and I'm killing my reaction time and knocking it down. Get your damn gun out on these guys. Does anybody still think this guy at one point's going to just turn into a yes person and go, okay, officer, I've fucked around here for 5-10 minutes now. I'm just going to go ahead and try to comply. Anybody think that? Because you're a freaking idiot if you do. You notice his hand is getting closer and closer. It keeps coming up and down to the wheel, to the door, off the door. He's got his hand here. Why isn't he protesting about somebody holding his hand? Why? Because this hand isn't the hand that's going to grab the gun. The other hand is. He's willing to give up this hand. That's a clue. You have to be reading these guys. Everything they do is sending you a message if you see it. Just like I say on my horse channel, people don't want to pay attention to horses. You know, stupid. I won't go there. Go ahead. Let's get on this. We don't want you digging around. We're going to ID you. The guy still hasn't given an ID. They've been dealing with him now for a couple minutes, and he has been screwing around. They have put hands on. They have threatened to tase him. They have told him to get out. He keeps asking questions like I'm confused. Criminals are not confused. If they are, tough shit. Let them be confused in handcuffs. Let them be confused out of the car. Let them be confused on the ground. I don't care if you're confused, but you are not going to delay and stay in a position of advantage in a car with a lot of hiding places for weapons while I've asked you and tried to get you out of this car and goes hands on. Multitude of errors on these officers for not saying, you know what, enough's enough, dude. Your ass is coming out this window or out this door yesterday. Now he knows where his ID. I swear to God, it's right here. So, in the officer's mind, you've been lying to me for the last freaking however long we've been dealing with your ass that you didn't know where it was at. Now all of a sudden you know? That's a clue. He's always known. He doesn't want to give it. He never wanted to give it. He's got no intentions of giving you his ID or getting out of that car. And if you'd have caught that damn clue, you wouldn't be running around in a minute screaming, I've been shot. Why won't you step out of the car? Well, shit, officer. I have a gun hidden in here and I'm about to pull it and shoot you. Is that what you're expecting, officer? What exactly do you want from a suspect when you ask him a question like that? The officers are being indecisive. They're not taking control. They're being worried about a complaint, and they don't want to do it. So they're stumbling, and they're trying to delay the guy. Well, maybe we can talk to him. Why don't you want to step out of the car, kind citizen? Please don't shoot me with that gun, kind citizen. I'm a local law enforcement officer. I have a badge and a gun, and I'm here to help you. Freaking idiots! So now we have one officer grabbing an arm and the other officer reaching in. I mean, nobody has their freaking gun out. We're reaching in a car that we can't see. This guy is not coming out and he's refusing an ID. And our response is, kind citizen, why don't you want to exit the vehicle and comply with your friendly neighborhood officer? Jesus freaking Christ! Oh, dude, are you kidding me? So this guy's watching. The officers know they're on video. They're trying to do everything so special and kind and freaking libertard idiot, they're going to get their ass killed. And all the liberals that'll come here and say, the officers shouldn't be so aggressive, and they need to talk to people, and they need more training, and they shut the hell up. You are, until you get out there and face a guy with a gun trying to kill you, shut the hell up. Freaking idiots.
I'm not doing nothing. Yes, you are. You're not listening to our command. You want to get tased?
So now we have both hands here. The officer's reaching for the door instead of securing that hand. I'd have secured that freaking hand. We're going to have both your hands, and we're pulling you out this damn window. But, Rick, that's aggressive, and you might get a complaint. And I don't give a shit. I got plenty of complaints. I don't care. I'm not going to get shot because some asshole wants to screw around and possibly shoot me. If I make a mistake and he didn't have a gun, tough shit. It's his fault for not complying. If I make a mistake and he gets hurt, tough shit. It's his fault for not complying. If you don't like that, then don't be an asshole. I mean, look, I'm not all in the government trying to do all kind of shit and everybody's going to come here. Oh, you talk about government overpower and then you say cops should be. Look, there's a time and a way to fight the government. And a cop out there trying to do his job is not the time and the place. If you want to go out that way, then go do it. Make your stand. But don't come here and act like the cops' behavior should be dictated by the ignorance of the people they're dealing with. That's not the way it is.
You want to get tased? Okay, then come out. Hey, what down the front of my car, man?
He's pointing. He's telegraphing. He's looking. Dude, he has done everything but said, my gun's right here, man. I'm just trying to wait for the right opportunity to grab it. I mean, you two guys are at this freaking door in what's called a fatal funnel. This window is a fatal funnel. There's only one way to get to this guy, and it's through this window. And where are the officers? Standing right in the fatal funnel. So when this guy shoots, the odds of him hitting something just by shooting out the window is going to be increased. They have no distance or interval. They have no advantage. They don't have their guns out. They have to react to this guy. Multitude of errors. Well, shit, we'll just sit here for freaking till Christmas. Hey, man, what are you going to get for Christmas? I don't know. Where we want to go lunch? I don't know. Let's go have tacos. No, man, I kind of want a burger today. Okay, well, let's just sit here in the freaking door while this guy's controlling the scene till he shoots at us. Are you kidding me? This is when the guy knows his shit's weak. The officer gets on the radio and calls for more units. And the guy, this is basically, he's about to be handcuffed. He knows he's about to lose the advantage. He's got the advantage. He's got two officers fucking around with him. He's got the advantage. This guy just got on the radio to call for backup, and he's like, this is the moment of truth. I either have to make my move now, or they're going to have the numbers and get me. And you know what? The suspect takes action, and the officers are reacting. Officer fired 10 rounds in that exchange. Suspect fired 9 rounds. Officer reloaded. I don't think he racked his gun. I think he meant to rack and didn't. Okay, so this officer's kind of in a panic. He's breathing. He's having a hard time breathing. He's coughing. He can't believe he's been shot. He's giving out his location. Dispatch should already had that. Notice he's going back and forth. He's keeping his legs moving. He doesn't really know what to do. He's trying to formulate a plan. He's in fight or flight. His heart rate's up. He's got auditory exclusion. His ears may be ringing. He can't see. He's got tunnel vision. He knows he's bleeding out. His heart rate's up.
I don't know. I've been hit.
So he's trying to formulate a plan. He can't think. This happens in fight or flight. Moving back and forth, walking. Magazines on the ground here. Oh, magazine's here.
I don't think so. I've been hit on the side. I need to go to the hospital. I'm the hit. Open the door! Dude, I'm hitting on the side. Where's Dan? Dan's in front of the car. Okay, where's our bad guy? I'm having trouble breathing. Where's our bad guy? He's in the truck. Okay, you still in there? Pick up first medical over here. I got you, brother. You're good.
Okay, so a few things that happened here very quickly when the shooting started. You saw the guy telegraph he was going for the gun. Watch this guy. I want you to watch him. He's looking down. Watch this other shoulder as it leans over and he reaches. Very nonchalant, but he's made the decision, I'm going for the gun. Just watch this guy right here. There he goes. Just reach. See the target glance? See, he's looking at his target. He is acting, and this officer's on the radio trying to formulate, what's he doing? What's he reaching for? Holy shit. He just looked at me. He just reached for something. I hope it's not a gun. Dude. I mean, the officer got his gun out quick. He returned fire quick. The other officer ran away quick. So this officer bailed. He did not shoot or return fire. He just bailed. He went for cover. This guy got his gun out and immediately fired 10 rounds. He was hit. I don't think the other officer was hit. A lot of things here. I know people are going to be cracking that. I'm cracking on these officers, and look. This is a great training opportunity to read people. Fight or flight, things going on. Reloading the mags. If he had his gun out when he reached, he could have put a bullet. If the other guy had his gun out, this could have turned out better. It didn't turn out bad because the officer ended up living. Suspect ended up dying. I think he ended up shooting himself in the head. So, look, I can't stress it enough, man. When you get people arguing, that's why, you know, when I do the black videos of some black being an asshole, everybody wants to say, oh, he's a racist. He's picking on the poor black guy. The poor black man's... Look, when people are delaying and running their mouth and being assholes and messing with you, you never know if their intent is this or if their intent is just to be an asshole. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You have to get control of the situation. You have to control the suspect's hands, and you have to control the environment and whether he has access to weapons. The courts have ruled it. You can get people out of the car. You can stop them. Cars are dangerous places for cops. Cops get killed from weapons from cars all the time. It's not the weapon. It's not the cops. It's the suspect who wants to create evil, and you have to control them until you determine otherwise. And it's easy to determine when somebody's being cooperative and they're given their ID and everything is fine. If crooks were smart, they'd be more cooperative and then do their dirty deed. But they're not smart. And that's why the prisons are full of dumbass criminals. All right, we'll end that there. Hopefully you got something out of it. I know it went long.